Hello, my name is Jake Bryan. This is the 16th episode of the Dappcast. Today, I'm joined with Raman Bindalish. How are you doing, Raman?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Jake?
And I'm doing excellent. It's good to see your face. You don't usually see it in all your videos.
Oh yeah, I'm not big on that. I just do these videos spontaneously wherever I am, and I don't have great studio like yours, so I just try to do whatever I can to share with the audience.
No, it's all good. So, Raman here, let's give a little bit of background to our viewers. As you may know, his channel is Investing with a Difference. He's a tech entrepreneur, and you're a general blockchain enthusiast. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. So actually, I come from of course, as you said, technology background. I've been in tech world for like 17 years now. In blockchain, I think I got interested because of obvious reasons. I think everybody is who's looking at new technology. You're looking at okay, what's next and how things are progressing. And
Right.
as you see every day nowadays, even before I think we were already assuming these things will happen when what we are seeing with Facebook, what the all the controversy around Google, like people do not understand the implication of not owning your own data, owning your own money. I think 2008
Yeah.
the financial crisis started all this, and of course everybody noticed. So I was one of them, and I think I was big into financial world, teaching people about financial freedom. That was more of a hobby and like a passion for me, and that's where the Investing with a Difference was born, actually much before blockchain, much before
Right.
the EOS or anything. So that's where I think I started this community-based efforts where I want to educate people about financial freedom, about controlling your own fate, and that is the background I got into blockchain at that point.
Well, that's really what's it called now? Man, I can't think of this word. Anyway, it's a really good cause you're doing because I've gone down this rabbit hole after um, somewhat of evolving myself to become more of a libertarian, looking into Ron Paul, the whole Federal Reserve System, the creature from Jekyll Island, and getting into Bitcoin in 2014 when my boss told me he was heating his house with some Bitcoin miners. So my question to you is, one, how did you get into crypto, and how did that process you became on helping people towards financial freedom lead you to crypto?
All right. So there are few things, right? As I said, I was involved in creating communities. I'm also involved in a lot of private equity investments and some venture capital funds. So I was always, as you know, that most of these people are looking for new technologies. So I was always hearing the blockchain word. But of course, I think, again, the media plays a role where Bitcoin was treated as pretty negatively. So I didn't pay serious attention towards it till I think 2015. That's when I started looking into like a Bitcoin a bit. And to be frank, I did not invest at that time because I was like not able to find a good exchange which I can rely on, and
Yeah.
it was more of a very difficult place to get into. So I was aware of what is happening. I was tracking some of the blockchain technologies, and unfortunately, I first started into the corporate blockchains and what, for example, IBM was doing and so on. I was more researching into that.
Right.
But I think soon I realized that this can only happen in open source. This can only work in a decentralized way, not driven by corporate. And that's when I think I jumped into crypto. And I think it was just, as you said, it's a rabbit hole. Once you start getting into it, once you start researching it, you cannot stop. And that's where I think I'm at right now. And that led me to building communities because, as I said, I was always big on communities like financial independence, but also learning. So I used to have stock market based communities, real estate investment based communities, and then we started branching out into cryptos at some point.
Awesome. And so now you're into EOS, and you're hosting a conference in San Francisco. Really, the only one who's fully dedicated to EOS itself. It's Scaling Blockchain, scalingBlockchain.us. And you have a lot of really great speakers coming up here soon. Do you have any in particular that you're really excited about?
Oh, I can't name of one of them because they're all great people. I think because I interact
I'm
with
just
so
testing
many
you.
community members, and I just
Yeah.
love that so many people have shown interest. So just to go back, like the reason I did with this conference was I see like because I'm part of some of these angel investor groups. we see a lot of funds, a lot of money going into Ethereum projects. And being in Silicon Valley, which is kind of a hub for blockchain projects, I see every day new projects launching on Ethereum. And me personally, I actually got a lot of great research done when I started with EOS. Like I started in EOS in January. Around that time, when I learned about Steemit, I was actually using Steemit already. I was already aware of BitShares, and I started researching more and more about Dan Lariman and his projects. And then I realized that, this is something which we need to bring out. And I was like really into EOS. And finally, as I said, this conference is just born out of my passion that people need to talk more about EOS, not just people are not even aware. Like when I talk to Ethereum developers, I talk to people who are spending their energies into blockchain world. They are hardly aware of EOS, and that is a marketing problem. I have written about it sometimes. I've talked about it. I think for one reason or another, I think either Block1.1 or the community, we are not doing enough to market EOS. So my goal here was to bring more developers and bring more investors into EOS, especially from Silicon Valley, because you don't have to sell blockchain here. People are already sold on blockchain. I think the problem is people don't know what is the right platform to use, and that is the goal of this event, to showcase the technology, to showcase what is happening in EOS world.
It's really exciting because here I'm showing the scaling blockchain website itself. And so I'm really excited about this because I'm actually on some of these Dapp teams that are coming up, especially Eva.coop. I'm a team member there. And it's really exciting to see all these people come and really foment together into one big event. Because I have some friends out in Silicon Valley, and they've been talking about Steem or forking it or trying to do some other stuff with it. I'm just telling them, no, just go into EOS because you can handle all that stuff. It's a generalized smart contract platform in C++. I mean, you don't need to find the most special developer in the world to learn a application-specific programming language. And not only that, it's free transactions. It's highly scalable up to 50,000 transactions per second once they actually do and implement multi-core processes for the blockchain, because right now it's single core, right?
Oh, that's right. I think EOS is still in early days. I think people don't realize we are still already celebrating all the like records we are breaking, like number of transactions, peak throughput. What people don't realize about the technology, it's still in infancy. We have just started, and there is a lot more expected as we scale. And that's why I think the reason I named it Scaling Blockchain is because my goal was to highlight to people that it's all about getting to a real world application. We are all enthusiasts. We all care for blockchain, but it's all about getting how we can get it to real world. And that's what I'm excited about. I think some of these apps, as you said, they will showcase in the conference how it's really possible. And that's what I'm most excited about. And we are trying to do some fun events. Hopefully that they pan out. Our goal is to actually have people see with their own eyes and try it out. And I'm sure people who are new to EOS, they would also learn something, and we can make sure that they go out with an EOS account. They go with some experience using EOS. That's the goal of the conference.
Oh, yeah, I'm really excited about it because you also have this event at an amazing location. I'm going to show the viewers here. It's at Color Block, San Francisco, and it is an absolutely lovely venue. It's an art gallery meeting location. Is that how you would describe it?
Oh, yeah. So this is actually a fun place. So let me describe a little more so that people understand it. It's not going to be a usual formal conference. We are trying to create a fun environment. So this is a new place in San Francisco. They have opened up, they call it Color Art Museum. So they have done some colorful containers. So they have it's a warehouse converted into a museum and some really nice colorful mix of things. And our goal is to use that as a backdrop to create a fun event where we are actually networking while we are listening to these great talks and these workshops. And we are also trying to make sure that there is enough place for people to talk and discuss, maybe create new projects there, right there in the conference. And by the way, not to forget, we have a great after-hour party and it's getting expanded now. And we are going to have a lot of fun even after the conference. So if you are buying a VIP ticket, do stick around. You are in. We are going to be able to invite you into that EOS community party, and it's a lot of fun is happening at this place. And as you said, like these are some amazing pictures here you are showing here, and this is a great event place. And we hope that we can create some nice fun events here.
Now it's going to be awesome. And so what I'm doing at the conference in order to help out Raman is to interview a lot of people, especially with some of the other media partners, such as ICO Alert. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be really fun to be able to see everyone in person again. I attended the Tulip conference, which was a conference earlier in the year. It wasn't as EOS focused, but it was still a good opportunity to network with everyone and to really start to build those relationships within the community. And this will be even better because it's EOS focused. We're going to help people in the San Francisco area and there's people who come in general to understand how it can scale and why it's so much more useful, and it provides such a better experience for developers and users overall.
Sure. And let me remind you, I think I have not, at least maybe you can correct me, I have not seen any EOS exclusive conference. Our goal was to focus on EOS, and this is going to be the first EOS exclusive conference. And it's the good part is because it's right after EOS hackathon, and this time Block.one has chosen a venue for hackathon, which is more than 1,000 people can fit into that. As you know, the London hackathon event was sold out, and a lot of people could not get in because they could not get the tickets. And so we are hoping that this time that won't be the case. So we'll have more and more participation.
Yeah, and I'm going to show you guys where the location is. It's the Village, if I'm correct, for the hackathon. Really exciting. Sorry, let me do this share real quick. Pretty huge. It's, I think, you said 2 to 3 times the size of the space in the London hackathon.
And yeah, that's what we are hearing. I think it's a huge facility. They are talking about 17,000 square feet.
I feel like I was here. I think they held the other conference here earlier in the year. Yeah, it was a good spot. It was a good location. Yeah, I was here. Yeah, they had the other conference, the Tulip conference here. Yeah, it's going to be a really good location. I've been there before. They have 3 different levels, and it's a really nice location. And then it's like a mile walk to Color Block the next day. Of course, after you get a good night's sleep at the hackathon.
Yeah,
you're gonna be tired.
I think it's great. So we have just started a San Francisco Telegram channel. Maybe you can post a link to that. So like it's the hackathon and scaling blockchain Telegram channel. And what we are doing there is we realized that even though we had chosen the place ahead of time, but knowing San Francisco, we are from here, we know that it's very limited places the hackathon could have gone. And thankfully, the Block.one has chosen a great venue right next to us. So logistically, I hope people find it easy to book their travels. They can stay in the nearby areas, and they can travel to both the events easily.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be awesome. I'm competing in the hackathon. Raman is competing in the hackathon.
Yeah, we're trying. We have to do it. If it's in our city, we need to come and try to compete. I'm not a coding guy myself. I used to, but I don't code anymore. But I'm architecting a few apps, and I can definitely add value if somebody is willing to take me into a team. So do consider me if you are joining, and do let me know.
Yeah, definitely. And I also have a team. I'm more of the architect, and then we have Max Infeld as the designer. And I think we'll have a smart contracts developer. We just need a front-end developer over here. But definitely hit up Raman if you need an architect, someone to tell you what to do. He's he does it for a living, and he's very good at it. So yeah, was there anything else we wanted to talk about in regards to the conference?
Sure. So I think we talked about the talks, we talked about the happy hour, but I think one more important thing is if you're a developer who is still early days, who's looking for how do I join into EOS. So I understand. I talk to a lot of people who are saying, oh, hackathons, these are I don't even know where to start. So we do have quite a lot of workshops. So what we are doing is within the part of the conference, we have breakout sessions where we are onboarding developers. where there will be 1 hour long workshops to get you started. So there are multiple of them, some really great people coming in. We have people like who are actually in the industry for quite a few years, and they have been nice and decided to showcase their, how they can onboard people. So do join. I think do not hesitate if you're just starting in blockchain. You don't have to have any background other than just your enthusiasm for blockchain. And our goal to show that EOS, you do not have to learn a lot of new tricks. If you are a basic C++ developer, you're a JavaScript developer, anything you know can be used, and you can build apps. If you have done any basic app development in past, we can show you in this conference through these workshops that you can actually get going, developing decentralized applications immediately. And that's a power of EOS, which I think people are not really realizing. And our goal with this conference is to showcase that as well.
Yeah, it's true. I code a little bit. I know C++ and JavaScript, and just going through the documentation, it's pretty straightforward. You can implement Boost libraries and all the other different C++ libraries that are out there that have open source standards behind them, and it's very, very, very well maintained. And not only that, EOS uses WebAssembly, which is a new standard that Mozilla is pushing for using for creating applications for the internet. And it's what's the word? It's very bug resistant, and it won't have many, if any, fault tolerant cases like other blockchains out there that use their own language that they make up. Yep. So it's very exciting. I can't wait. And also, if you use my code Dappcast when getting a ticket for the event, you save 10% off. And it's going to be fun. And so the day is November 12th, right after the hackathon. I'm going to show everyone the different type of tickets you have. You have, the different types of tickets, general entry and the VIP entry pass. So what's the difference between the two for people?
So I think, so the general entry pass will get you access to all the conference talks, the workshops, and the whole floor space during the conference. So what we have as a VIP entry pass is that if you want to interact with the EOS community, so we have a morning breakfast session. If you are a VIP entry pass owner, you can actually come in an hour early. We will start at 8 a.m. and we will have some of these community members talking to you over coffee, and you can actually go and ask any question to them and build your relationships. And moreover, the biggest thing is towards the end of the event, VIP pass holders will be invited for an exclusive happy hour, and that will be a lot of fun. We'll have music, food, and of course, the whole idea is to network and to meet people from all over the world. So, as I said, the goal of this event is not just about learning, showcasing, but also making new friends and learning from each other's experiences.
Yeah, to have fun. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Raman. Any places anyone should go besides scalingBlockchain.us is the website. Telegram, you got you on YouTube at Investing with a Difference. Any other locations people should follow you at?
No, I think these are good. I think we do have, you can post our Telegram channel for Investing with a Difference beyond the San Francisco Hackathon channel. So these are places we are discussing specifically about conference and also, of course, about all other things. And we usually do these YouTube videos, and we are always available on Telegram. And it's great to interact with people, I think. And thank you for hosting this. I think you're doing a great job bringing all the EOS apps. And this is one of the best places to learn about what is happening in EOS world.
No, it is. I'm excited. Thank you so much for joining us. And this is Jake Bryan signing off.
Thank you. Bye-bye.